Hey guys, I'm back with another how-to video, and today I want to talk to you about how to give medication to a dog. I get this question a lot. I would actually say that I'm an expert at this because if you have read my bio or you watched some of my videos and read some of my articles, this is our boxer Chloe. She's 6 years old and she suffers from a heart condition called cardiomyopathy. Chloe takes 5 pills every day. Actually Chloe takes 5 pills and 2 supplements every day, so we actually have to give her 7 pills every day. And we've been doing that for about 2 years now. So I would say that I am an expert at giving dogs medication, thanks to Chloe. So the first thing we'll talk about is pills. Sometimes you get liquid medications, but most of the time it's going to be something in pill form. I am going to do another video later this week just so you can be watching for that. Sometimes you get eye ointments and medications, so that's something that we'll talk about too later on in this week. I have a totally separate video about how to give your dog eye drops or eye ointments, so keep that in mind. But today we're going to talk about pills or oral medications, pills and liquid medications. The easiest way to do it, if your dog will let you, is to mix it with food. And if it's something that you are giving your dog for a short term, you might want to buy some canned food and do that. Mix a little canned food with your dry kibble if you feed your dog a dry kibble diet. If you feed a raw food or a homemade diet, you're likely going to have a really good luck with this because the food smells so good and it smells so appetizing. So chances are you're probably going to have good luck with that. Dry kibble, obviously, if you just crush up a pill and sprinkle it on dry kibble, or if you get a capsule, you can break those open and sprinkle them on dry food. But chances are with dry kibble, it's the smell of the food is going to throw your dog off, and the taste of that powder is horrible, so they probably won't eat it. Again, if you want to mix just a little bit of canned food in there, or some people will mix water or a broth, a low sodium broth with their kibble. The kibble soaks it up and gets kind of mushy, and you can do it that way and try that. If your dog will eat it, that's awesome, and that's going to be really great for you. Lucky you. Chloe did do that actually for us in the beginning, but then what happens is she gets used to it and figures it out, and she wouldn't do that anymore. So then we moved on to treats, and that would be the next thing that I would recommend for you to move on to if your dog won't eat it in food. You want to move on to treats. They do make treats that we call them pill pockets. They have different names, but it's essentially a hollow cylinder dog treat that is it's not made of a jerky material, but it's a softer material and it's very malleable. So you slide the pill in and then you pinch the ends closed, essentially sealing the scent in there, and your dog can only smell the pill pocket and will eat the treat. That did not, I won't say it didn't work for us. It did work for us in the beginning. Again, Chloe caught on to that very quickly. Some dogs can smell the pill, and it probably depends on the medication that you have. Some dogs can smell it through the pill pocket, and that doesn't work either. If that doesn't work, you can use treats around your house. Peanut butter is a great one because you can coat the pill all the way around, and peanut butter has a very strong odor to cover it. You can use wheat. The best thing that we've used, some people use cheese, and they might melt it a little bit or something, but the best thing that we found is lunch meat. Lunch meat has worked really, really well for Chloe, so we just get some shaved lunch meat at the deli, and we wrap her pills in that, and that's worked really well. Again, the meats have that strong, enticing flavor that will really entice your dog to eat those. If you have a Chloe who catches on to things very quickly, she's going to figure that out too, which Chloe did, and we can still get away with the treat thing. Sometimes I use peanut butter, sometimes I use lunch meat, sometimes we use cheese. We mix it up on her. But she's figured out what we do, and when we were just putting it in one, like we had the pill and we would put it in a treat and give it to her, she figured that out and very quickly refused to take those treats. So we play the 1, 2, 3 game, I call it, and we actually get 3 treats. So say you have turkey, you're using some shaved turkey for your treat. You want to get 3 different piles of shaved turkey. You're going to mix the pill in with one of them. When you first start out, you want to give your dog, you want to start with one of the piles that doesn't have the medication in them. So she's going to mush that all around, mull it around in her mouth. mouth and she's gonna find no treat. So she'll be more apt to take the second pile. Give her the second pile with no treat. She's maybe gonna mull it around, but she's gonna think a lot less about it and just swallow it. And by the time you get to the third one that has the pill in it, she'll go ahead and eat it. And she may find the treat, she may not. Chances are it's gonna be too late. We call it the 1, 2, 3 game because I always mix it up. I put the treat in a different pile, first, second, or third, and it's never the same day to day. I don't like always do it in the third pile or always do it in the second pile. If you have other dogs like we do, that's the easiest way to do it. And you have, like, for example, we have 3 dogs, so I have 3 treats. I feed one of the other dogs first, and then that makes Chloe want to make sure she gets hers before the third dog gets it. So we treat her in the middle, and then that competition spikes for her and makes her want to eat the treat without mulling it around to try and get the pill out. So competition works really well. If you don't have other pets in your house, we actually have a cat that will likes to play that game too. He likes lunch meat, he loves cheese. He eats a lot of people food. He's very, very strange cat. But the cat could be used for competition if you have a cat like ours. The other thing that you can do is use a person. If you have another person in your house, give them a bite of lunch meat or a bite of peanut butter or a bite of cheese, and show your dog that if you don't eat this, somebody else is going to get it, and do it that way. So that making the competition helps a lot. The other thing that you can try, which I've never actually done, but we do know a few people that have done it. My mom has 2 Labradors that have had torn ACLs, and they have a lot of hip trouble as well, both of them, so they give them a lot of supplements and things for their joints, and they use empty gel caps, which you can buy at a pharmacy anywhere, probably CVS or Rite Aid or Walgreens or something, pharmacy like that will have them. They're empty gel caps, and what you do is you take your pill and put it inside the gel cap, and your dog can't smell it, and then if your dog will eat it, in a pill pocket or in a treat or something like that, you can do that. It's a little bit of an added expense, so that's why I've never tried it, because we've always done well with just the people food and the treats. So the other thing that I do want to mention about using the people food, our dogs get no people food ever, aside from when Chloe has to take her pill. So one, that's something you should do anyway, because it's bad for your dog's diet to eat a lot of people food. But if you're somebody that gives your dog like scraps when you eat a meal or something like that, you want to cut all of that out. Take away all the other people food. They're not going to get treats unless they're getting their medication. So that's something that you should be doing when you're feeding them medicine, if it's for a short period of time, or like Chloe, where it's a lifelong thing. Our dogs do not get any people food at any time ever unless it's medicine time. And so that kind of gives them the motivation to take it a little bit more, because they know that they're not going to get it throughout the day. They're not getting it at supper that night. So that's one thing. You want to limit the people food that you do give your dog and really stick to only medication time. If none of these things work, and I hope for your sake that they do, you can force feed the pill to your dog. And I have a fish oil pill. Fish oil is very beneficial for dogs for many reasons, mainly skin and coat purposes, but it's a natural supplement, and I'm going to give this to Chloe because it's not her medicine time right now. And I'm going to show you how I force feed it to her if you have to do that. I just use my fingers, but you can buy these little pill ejectors. I don't know exactly what they call them. Every vet's office has them, or you can get them at any pet retail store. And it looks like a big syringe that you can put a pill in and just squeeze it in. I just use my fingers because I don't mind. I wash my hands after, and it's not a big deal. If you're using a liquid, I'm going to see, poor Chloe's taking a nap, and here I am trying to wake her up. Hey, big girl. Hey, can I turn you around so everybody can see you? Chloe is the most easygoing, laid-back dog, so this works really well for us. This is our little beagle, Molly. Ugh. All right, Chloe. Now climb over here. Whoops. Okay, so what you want to do, if your dog is standing up, you can stand over them. Chloe lets me do that. Like I said, she's the most easygoing dog that we have ever had. She will let me do about anything I want. Some dogs are intimidated, and what I mean with standing over them is straddle them. Stand up and over them and hold their mouth like that. Some dogs are intimidated by that, so I don't recommend that method. You certainly can if your dog will let you do it. Like I said, that's what I do to Chloe most of the time because we're out in the kitchen and she's standing up. Right now I happen to have her on her bed while she's sleeping, so I'll show you this way, but you can absolutely do the same thing and just standing over your dog. If you're standing over your dog, one mistake that people make is that they pull their dog's head up and they open the jaw really wide. Both of those things are very uncomfortable for your dog, to have their head straight up and to have their jaw open very wide. So keep your dog's head horizontal with the floor if you're doing it when he's standing up, and just open the jaw as wide as you need to get your fingers in there. You don't want to yank his mouth all the way open, but the best way to do it is when they're laying down, but you can do it when they're relaxed. Sometimes, like Chloe, she needs to have her pills at a certain time, so you can't always do that. But if you can do it while they're relaxed and they're laying down, just lay them on their side and, hi, I see you. Lots of praise. You want to make it a very positive experience. You don't want to get frustrated or anything like that. And you're just going to take the pill in your fingers. Hey, you know it's coming, huh? Start it right in the front of your dog's mouth and kind of work it through. They'll naturally open their mouth. Stick it in the back of their throat and then just rub their neck until they swallow a few times and the pill's gone. If your dog is really, really finicky and he's licking a lot and moving with his tongue and trying to spit the pill out, you can hold his jaw closed. I really don't recommend that unless absolutely necessary. As you can tell, Chloe swallowed her pill already. It's that easy. Chloe takes multiple pills a day. She's definitely figured it out. She knows what's up, and she doesn't fight me. Sorry about that, my memory card was full. But if you have any questions, feel free. You can find us on our website, topdogtips.com. My contact information is there. My email is samantha@topdogtips.com. You can find us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. We're on YouTube. Follow us there. And make sure that you either like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. If you get on our website, you can subscribe to our newsletter and you'll stay up to date. You'll get notifications of all the new videos that I post. Again, how-to videos like this one. I do recipes, I do product reviews, product comparisons. So you really, if you want to be in the know of everything dog related, make sure that you follow us or subscribe somewhere to stay up to date with that. And if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate. If there's a how-to video that you want to see that you can't find on our site, I'd be happy to do that for you guys too. I will see you guys a little bit later on this week with that eye drop video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I will see you later.